Hey, English learners, welcome back to English Voice Podcast, the place where learning English feels simple, natural, and relaxed. I'm Elena.
And I'm Jax. We're really happy you're here with us today.
If you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to follow or subscribe to English Voice Podcast and share it with someone who is learning English too. All right, let's jump into today's episode.
Elena, can I ask you something before we start?
Sure.
Have you ever moved somewhere new, a new city, a new job, a new country, and tried to explain the experience of adjusting in English and found yourself reaching for these three phrases and not quite knowing which one fit the moment?
Oh, yes. I remember trying to explain to someone how different life was for me when I first moved abroad. I wanted to say something like, "Back home, I lived in a small town, and now I am slowly adjusting to city life." And I tried three versions of the same sentence, each time with a different phrase, and each time it felt slightly different. I used to live simply. I am not used to all this noise. I am slowly getting used to it. They all described the same experience, but from a completely different angle.
And that feeling that all three are close to the same experience, but each one enters it from a different direction, is exactly what we are going to explore today. Because used to, be used to, and get used to are not three ways of saying the same thing. They describe three completely different relationships between a person and a habit, a situation, or a change.
So today we are talking about three of the most commonly confused structures in English: used to, be used to, and get used to. And by the end of this episode, you will not just know which structure to use, you will feel the different story each one tells.
Because each one tells a completely different story about time, about change, and about where you stand in relation to something. And once you feel those stories, the right structure simply arrives.
Today, we have three ideas that will completely change the way you think about these three structures. And Jax, I think our listeners are really going to love the third one.
The third one is the one that stays with you, so please stay with us all the way to the end. Let's begin with idea number one.
Idea number one. Used to is the story of a chapter that has closed. When you use used to, you are describing something that was true, real, regular, or habitual in the past, and it is not true anymore. Used to always looks backward. It always describes a before, a version of your life that once existed and has since changed.
I used to wake up early every morning. She used to live near the sea. He used to be very shy before he discovered acting. We used to eat dinner together every evening as a family. They used to meet every Friday without fail. In every one of these, something that once was is no longer. The habit, the situation, the truth, all of it belonged to an earlier time and has since changed.
And what makes used to so beautiful is the implied contrast it carries. I used to be afraid of speaking in public. There is an unspoken message, but I am not anymore. Used to always implies change. It says, this was my world then, and it is not my world now.
Used to is always followed by the base form of the verb. I used to go. She used to think. In the negative, I didn't use to like this, not I didn't used to like this. The D disappears because did already carries the past. In questions, did you used to? Again, use without the D.
I want to share something personal. I used to think that making mistakes in English was something to be ashamed of. I used to stay quiet rather than risk saying something wrong. Gradually, that changed. And how beautiful that used to captures exactly who I was then. A person I can look back on with compassion and a little pride at how far she has come.
So the personality of used to is reflective and backward-looking. It tells the story of a chapter that is over. Used to is the language of before.
Okay, let's move to idea number 2. And this one is where things get really interesting, because be used to is completely different from used to, even though it contains the same words.
Idea number 2. Be used to describes your current state of familiarity with something. It is not about the past. It is not about a habit that no longer exists. Be used to is about the present, about what is normal to you now, what feels comfortable and familiar, what no longer surprises or challenges you.
I am used to waking up early. It is completely normal for me now. She is used to working under pressure. She does not find it stressful the way others might. He is used to living alone. The quiet feels comfortable, not lonely. They are used to the noise of the city. They barely notice it anymore. In every one of these, something that might be unusual or challenging for others has become normal and familiar for this person.
And this is the crucial difference between used to and be used to. Used to describes what was normal in the past. Be used to describes what is normal right now. Used to, I used to wake up late. Be used to, now I'm used to waking up early. Different time, different relationship with the habit.
And be used to is followed by a noun or a gerund, the ing form, not the base form. I am used to waking up early, not wake up. He is used to the noise, that's a noun. After be used to, always the ing form or a noun.
And be used to changes with the verb to be. I am used to, she is used to, they were used to. In the negative, I'm not used to this yet. She was not used to so much attention, a natural way to express still finding something new or challenging.
So the personality of be used to is settled and present. It describes familiarity and normalcy. Be used to is the language of arrival. You have reached the place where something is simply part of your world.
And now, as promised, idea number 3, the one we've been building toward. Are you ready?
Tell them, Jax.
Idea number 3, get used to, is the story of the journey between those two places, between the new and the normal, between the unfamiliar and the familiar, between what once felt strange and what eventually feels like home. Get used to is the most human of these 3 structures because it describes the process of adapting, and adapting is one of the most profound things a person can do.
I am getting used to city life. The process is happening right now. I'm in the middle of it. She got used to working from home surprisingly quickly. The process happened in the past and is now complete. He will get used to it eventually. The process has not started yet, but it will come. Get used to can live in any tense because adaptation is a journey that can be happening now, that happened before, or that is still to come.
And like be used to, get used to is followed by a noun or a gerund. I'm getting used to waking up early. She got used to the long commute. Always the ing form or a noun. And you'll get used to it, said to someone struggling, is one of the most natural and comforting things you can say. It's the promise that adaptation comes.
Now, let's put all 3 together. Imagine someone who just moved from a small, quiet town to a busy city. Used to. I used to live in a small, quiet town. The chapter is over. Be used to. I'm not used to all this noise yet. The current state. The noise still surprises. Get used to. But I'm slowly getting used to it. The journey. Adapting step by step.
3 structures: the closed chapter, the current state, the ongoing journey. Used to, be used to, get used to.
I want to tell you about a listener who wrote to us. Her name is May, and she wrote from China. You may remember May from several of our earlier episodes. And she said she had been confusing used to and be used to for years, often saying, I used to the noise when she meant I am used to the noise, or I am used to wake up early instead of I am used to waking up early.
She described saying to a new friend, in my old city, I used to the cold. Her friend looked confused because used to the cold without a verb sounds incomplete. Used to needs a base verb. Be used to needs a noun or ing verb. She had mixed two structures into something that belonged to neither.
And then she tried something small. She drew 3 simple pictures. A closed book for used to, this chapter is over. A settled person for be used to, this is normal now. And a walker still in motion for get used to, the journey is in progress. Whenever she was unsure, she asked, which picture am I looking at? The closed book, the settled person, or the walker?
She wrote to us a few weeks later and said, I described my whole experience of moving to a new country in 1 paragraph. I used to think I would never feel at home far away from everything I knew. I was not used to the language, the food, the pace of everything. But I got used to it, slowly, and now I am used to my life here. It feels like mine. She said it felt like a small door had quietly opened.
That story gives me chills every single time.
So here is your permission. Used to for the closed chapter, the past habits and situations that no longer exist, followed by a base verb. Be used to for the current state of familiarity, what is normal to you now, followed by an ing verb or noun. And get used to for the journey of adaptation, the process of moving from unfamiliar to familiar, also followed by an ing verb or noun.
Okay, let's take a gentle pause now and do our word tour, a calm, quiet walk through some of the words from today.
Just a few, slowly, so they settle into you.
First word, habitual, done regularly as a habit. Used to describes habitual past behavior. For example, her habitual morning walk was the thing she missed most about her old life. Habitual, habitual.
Next word, familiar, well-known, comfortable, no longer strange. Be used to is the structure of the familiar. For example, after months in the new city, the streets finally began to feel familiar. Familiar, familiar.
Next word, adapt. To change gradually to fit a new situation. Get used to is the structure of adapting. For example, she adapted to the new schedule faster than anyone expected. Adapt. Adapt.
Next word, contrast. A clear difference between two things. Used to always carries an implied contrast between then and now. For example, the contrast between her old life and her new one was striking. Contrast. Contrast.
Next word, normalcy. The state of things feeling normal and familiar. Be used to is the language of normalcy. For example, after the difficult first months, she finally felt a sense of normalcy returning. Normalcy. Normalcy.
And our last word, gradual. Happening slowly, step by step, over time. Get used to is almost always gradual. Adaptation rarely happens all at once. For example, the improvement was gradual but unmistakable. Gradual. Gradual.
6 words today. Habitual, familiar, adapt, contrast, normalcy, and gradual. Try to use one of them this week, even in your head, even in a sentence you write before you sleep, because a word you use is a word you keep.
And a word you only hear passes through you like wind, but a word you feel, a word you connect to a real moment in your life, that word becomes yours forever.
Okay, now it is your turn, and this is our favorite part of every episode.
Yes, because now the conversation belongs to you.
Here is your challenge. Write 3 sentences, 1 for each structure. Used to for something that was true or habitual before but is no longer. Be used to for something completely normal and familiar to you right now. Get used to for something you are adapting to, past, present, or future.
Remember the 3 pictures: closed book, used to, settled person, be used to, walker still in motion, get used to. Let the picture guide you to the right structure every time.
For example, I used to be terrified of speaking English with native speakers. Now I'm completely used to it. And when I first started, getting used to making mistakes without shame was the hardest part, but also the most important.
Or, I used to think learning a language was something only special people could do. Now I am used to the idea that it is simply something you build, slowly, every day, and I am still getting used to the feeling that I actually belong in conversations I would have avoided before.
That last sentence, I am still getting used to the feeling that I actually belong. That is so honest, and it sits right in the middle of the journey, not yet fully arrived, but clearly on the way. Get used to captures that so perfectly.
So please write your 3 sentences in the comments. Make them honest, make them real, and let each structure carry its own story, the closed chapter, the current normal, and the ongoing journey.
And know this, when you write your comment, you are describing the arc of your own change, the person you were, the person you have become, and the person you are still becoming. That is one of the most meaningful things language can do.
And your sentences might be exactly what another learner needs today. Someone who is still in the middle of getting used to this whole experience of learning English in a new place, in a new chapter of their life, and then they read your sentences and something shifts. Oh, someone else has been right here, and they made it through to the other side.
One honest sentence gives permission to 100 quiet hearts.
Before we close today, thank you for listening all the way to this moment. That is not a small thing.
And to anyone currently getting used to something difficult, a new place, a new language, a new version of your life, the process of adapting is not weakness. It is proof that you are brave enough to be somewhere new. And you will, eventually, be used to it. That is the quiet promise Get Used To carries inside it.
Used to for the closed chapter, be used to for the current normal, get used to for the beautiful, difficult, gradual journey in between. 3 structures, 3 stories of time and change, all yours now.
Language that carries the story of change is language that truly connects.
If this episode helped you even a little, please give it a like, subscribe to English Voice Podcast, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Your support helps this little podcast reach more learners, and every new listener is one more person who feels a little less alone in this journey.
Until next time, take care of your English and take care of yourselves. This was English Voice Podcast. I'm Elena.
And I'm Jax. We will see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.